Hey there, farmers and agriculture enthusiasts. Ever wondered how those perfect circles of lush green crops appear when you're flying over farmland? Those are the footprints of one of agriculture's greatest innovations, center pivot irrigation systems. These massive mechanical marvels can transform barren land into productive fields, boosting yields by up to 50% while saving millions of gallons of water each year. Today, we're diving deep into the technology that's revolutionizing how we grow food in the 21st century. I've split this guide into 4 easy-to-follow parts to give you a complete understanding of center pivot irrigation. In the first part, we'll cover the basics and fundamentals, exploring how these systems actually work and why they've become so popular worldwide. In the second part, we'll examine the technical components and operation, breaking down every piece from the central pivot point to the sprinkler nozzles. The third part takes us into the cutting-edge world of smart pivot technology, where GPS, AI, and precision agriculture are changing the game. Finally, in the fourth part, we'll look at the dollars and cents along with the environmental impact, helping you understand the true value these systems bring to modern farming. So let's get started with the irrigation revolution that's creating those circles in the sky. Part 1. Introduction and Fundamentals. As we look across this vast landscape, these giant mechanical arms slowly rotating across fields are transforming modern agriculture. These are center pivot irrigation systems, and they're behind those perfect crop circles you see from airplanes. Let me take you back to the 1940s when a farmer named Frank Zybock revolutionized irrigation forever. Tired of the backbreaking labor of traditional irrigation, he invented this system that could water crops automatically while saving tremendous amounts of water. His invention has since become the backbone of efficient farming worldwide. So how exactly does a center pivot work? It's actually pretty simple. Imagine a long pipe on wheels, anchored at one end to a water source. That's your pivot point. This pipe, which can stretch longer than a football field, is supported by towers with wheels that slowly drive in a circle around that central pivot. Along this pipe, sprinklers or drip hoses deliver water directly to your crops as it rotates, creating those distinctive circular fields we can see from above. What makes center pivots so revolutionary compared to old irrigation methods? First, they're incredibly water efficient, using up to 95% of the water they pump, compared to just 50% with flood irrigation. Second, one person can manage the entire system with minimal labor. Third, a single pivot can irrigate massive areas, up to 500 acres with just one system. And finally, they work on all kinds of terrain, from flat fields to rolling hills, making previously challenging farmland productive. Center pivots aren't just watering crops, they're feeding the world more efficiently than ever before. Part 2. Technical components and operation. Now that we understand the basics, let's look under the hood of these massive irrigation machines. At the heart of every center pivot is a robust water supply and pump system. This powerhouse pushes water from your source, whether that's a well, pond, or canal, through the entire system with enough pressure to reach every plant. The pivot point is where all the action begins. This sturdy structure anchors the entire system and houses the central components. Think of it as the hub of a wheel, with the irrigation pipe extending outward like a spoke. From here, water flows into the main lateral pipe. Moving these giants requires some serious muscle. Most modern pivots use electric motors at each tower, though some operate with hydraulic or even water-driven systems. Each tower moves independently at just the right speed to maintain that perfect circle. The spans between towers are supported by a network of truss rods and cables, similar to a bridge, keeping everything straight and strong even when filled with water. To reach those corner areas of your field that would normally be missed by the circle, many farmers add end guns or corner arm systems. These special attachments extend the reach of your pivot, turning more of your square field into productive cropland. Controlling all this technology has become amazingly simple. Modern pivots come with user-friendly control panels that let you program everything from your irrigation schedule to precisely how much water each section of your field receives. Many systems now connect to your smartphone, allowing you to control your irrigation from anywhere in the world. Let's talk about how the water actually reaches your crops. Traditional high-pressure impact sprinklers shoot water high into the air. You've probably seen these in action. But modern systems often use low-pressure sprays that hang closer to the crops, dramatically reducing water loss from wind and evaporation. For even greater efficiency, many farmers use LEPA systems. That stands for Low Energy Precision Application. These specialized nozzles deliver water directly to the soil, practically eliminating evaporation loss and cutting energy costs by up to 50%. The magic of center pivots is in their precision. By controlling the speed of rotation, you control exactly how much water your crops receive. A slower rotation means more water applied. Faster means less. This simple relationship lets farmers customize irrigation to match exactly what their crops need. Modern systems even adjust automatically based on field conditions, slowing down in sandy areas that drain quickly and speeding up in clay soils that retain moisture longer. It's like having a custom irrigation plan for every square foot of your field. Part 3. Advanced Applications and Technology Integration. Center pivots are far more than just water delivery systems. They're smart farming tools packed with technology that would make a NASA engineer proud. Let's explore how these systems are getting smarter by the day. Modern pivots now feature variable rate irrigation, or VRI. Think of it as precision watering on steroids. Instead of watering your entire field the same way, VRI allows your pivot to apply different amounts of water to different zones. Sandy spots get more water, low areas get less, and nothing is wasted. This technology is guided by GPS, the same system that helps you navigate to a new restaurant. But now it's helping feed the world by guiding pivots with inch-perfect precision. The days of driving out to check your pivot are becoming history. Farmers now monitor and control their irrigation systems from their smartphones or tablets. With just a few taps, you can start or stop your pivot, adjust application rates, or check system status, whether you're in the next field or on vacation halfway around the world. These systems also connect with networks of soil moisture sensors and weather stations, automatically adjusting irrigation schedules based on current conditions. When rain is in the forecast, your pivot knows to wait, saving water and energy. The view from above has revolutionized how we manage irrigation. Satellite imagery and drone data now show farmers exactly which parts of their fields need attention. These eyes in the sky can detect crop stress often before it's visible to the human eye. This data feeds into sophisticated AI systems that learn your field's patterns over time, predicting exactly when and where irrigation will be needed before your crops even get thirsty. Field mapping has taken precision agriculture to new levels. By dividing fields into management zones based on soil type, elevation, and crop performance history, farmers can customize irrigation for every acre. The system tracks water use efficiency in real time, showing exactly how many bushels you're growing per gallon of water, information that was impossible to gather just a few years ago. Perhaps most impressive are the self-diagnosing capabilities of smart pivots. These systems constantly monitor their own performance, alerting you to potential problems before they cause crop damage. When pressure drops or a component starts to fail, you'll know immediately through automatic alerts. The systems track water usage down to the gallon, generating reports that help with regulatory compliance and resource planning. Many advanced pivots now integrate fertigation and chemigation, the ability to apply fertilizers and crop protection products directly through your irrigation system. This precision delivery method can reduce chemical use by up to 50% while improving effectiveness. And all this technology is becoming more energy efficient, with systems that automatically run during off-peak electricity hours or adjust pressure to minimize power consumption. Some pivots even incorporate solar panels, making them nearly self-sufficient in sunny regions. What used to be simple irrigation has transformed into a complete crop management system, turning water into higher yields while protecting our precious resources for future generations. Part 4. Economic and Environmental Considerations. Let's talk dollars and cents, because at the end of the day, farming is a business. Installing a center pivot system isn't cheap, with costs ranging from $50,000 to over $200,000 depending on size and features. That's a significant investment, but the numbers tell an impressive story. Most farmers see payback periods of just 3 to 7 years through increased yields and reduced costs. With proper maintenance, these systems can last 20+ years, delivering long-term returns that make financial sense. The operating costs are where many farmers find surprising savings. Modern low-pressure systems use significantly less energy than older irrigation methods, sometimes cutting power bills by 30 to 50%. Labor costs drop dramatically too, with automated systems requiring just a fraction of the manpower needed for traditional irrigation. Many farmers report saving 20 to 30 hours of labor per week during growing season. Better yet, government incentives and cost-sharing programs are available in many regions, covering up to 75% of installation costs when water conservation is a priority. From an environmental perspective, center pivots are game changers for water conservation. In regions where groundwater depletion threatens farming's future, efficient pivots use up to 50% less water than flood irrigation while producing higher yields. This precision means less runoff carrying fertilizers and chemicals into waterways. The result is healthier watersheds and more sustainable farming practices that protect resources for future generations. As climate change brings more unpredictable weather patterns, center pivot technology is evolving to help farmers adapt. New ultra-low pressure nozzles operate effectively even under water restrictions. Solar-powered pivots are becoming more common, cutting energy costs to nearly zero in sunny regions. And integration with autonomous farm equipment means your entire operation can work together as a synchronized system, with tractors, pivots, and harvesters all communicating to optimize every aspect of crop production. Let me share a quick case study that brings these benefits to life. The Jensen family farm in Nebraska switched from flood irrigation to center pivots 5 years ago. Since then, they've increased corn yields by 35% while reducing water use by 40%. Their energy costs dropped by $15,000 annually, and they were able to bring previously marginal land into production. What impressed them most was how quickly the system paid for itself, just 4 growing seasons. As Mr. Jensen puts it, "It's the best investment we've made on this farm in 3 generations." Center pivot irrigation isn't just changing how we water crops, it's transforming agriculture itself. These systems represent the perfect balance of productivity and sustainability, allowing farmers to produce more food with fewer resources. Whether you're managing thousands of acres or a smaller operation, this technology offers solutions that scale to your needs. As water becomes increasingly precious worldwide, efficient irrigation isn't just good business, it's essential for the future of farming. If you found this guide helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more practical farming technology videos. Drop a comment below with your experiences using center pivot systems or questions you might have. I personally respond to as many as possible. In the coming videos, we'll be covering soil moisture monitoring technology, spinach harvesting, and much more. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Until then, here's to growing more with less and keeping agriculture thriving for generations to come.